up a bit. I think that's better. Okay, we should be in. Alrighty. Okay. We are going to go ahead and start our readings. Okay. So we're doing a reading of The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. Alright. Go ahead and... because we are going to be narrating this, and I am going to be editing at the same time. So, we're going to go ahead and get that up and going. While I get that up and going, let me go to Streamlabs multi-stream chat. Log in. It's me, just doing me. Living life and living it well. Living it, living. Living, living, living. Da-da-dum. Da-da-dum. Da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Ba-da-dum. Where is multi-stream? There is multi-chat. What do we got on the multi-chat? No, we don't really have anything. Okay. Alright, put that right here. Wonderful. Very nice. Okay. Welcome in, Miggy. Miggy, Miggy. I'm going to try and do these page by page so that I have just enough time to actually edit, but not spend too much time editing. So we can just do a lot of reading, you know? Because reading is important. It's important to read. And we're going to set this up to... I'm going to mute this. But I am going to have in the background it play the thingamaboober. Acid sounds, background music, YouTube creepy stories, until midnight. That's too low. Let me see. Yeah, that should be good. What? You don't like reading? Reading is fun. It's It's good to read. Come on, the Phantom. Take a listen. Hear a tale or a story. Hello, KK. How are you? Come and sit and put on your headphones, because we're going to hear a tale that's as old as time. I'm doing good. We're just going to be doing a light little reading session tonight, and then probably gaming in a little bit. I just want to get some reading in. What's up, Dream? Welcome in. Where is my recording? Okay, let me check my levels. I think I might be able to bring that down a bit. Just slightly. It's not going to affect anything, but... yeah, I'll call you, KK. I like 09, though. 09's nice. Oh, thank you for the likes. I greatly appreciate that. Well, today we're going to be reading... It's a bit of an older story. It's called The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. It's a great story, though. If you're into, I guess, like psychological horror. It's not like a necessarily in-your-face horror, but it is very unsettling, especially for its time. It was written in, I think, like 1890. But yet it still holds up to today. And I am using my voice pitcher. I'm pitching the voice, and I'm also de-essing it and dialogue processing it, and then EQing that into what sounds like me reading from a telephone line. Yeah, it's Charlotte Perkins Gilman. She's a late author. Very good author, though, I will say. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and record on my end. And then we're going to start. We're starting right from the beginning, so we're not, like, lost. So that's good. And 3, 2, 1, alright, I'm doing here. And this is a program I made right here. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for the follow. So this program, what it does is it's just basically capturing my audio and then just writing the subtitles on the screen. I'm going to be updating it slowly over time. Right now it's very basic, but I'm hoping that at some point I can get it to where it looks better, it has more visuals, and it's something that could be like almost eye candy, I suppose, while I'm reading. Alright, let's go ahead and start with page 1 of The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. It is very seldom that mere ordinary people like John and myself secure ancestral halls for the summer. A colonial mansion, a hereditary estate, I would say a haunted house, and reach the height of romantic felicity. But that would be asking too much of fate. Still, I will proudly declare that there is something queer about it. Else, why should it be let so cheaply? And why have stood so long untenanted? John laughs at me, of course, but one expects that in marriage. John is practical in the extreme. He has no patience with faith and an intense horror of superstition, and he scoffs openly at any talk of things that must be not felt and seen, but put down in figures. John is a physician, and perhaps, I would not say it to a living soul, of course, but this is a dead paper and a great relief to my mind. Perhaps that is one reason I do not get well faster. You see, he does not believe I am sick. And what can one do? If a physician of high standing and one's own husband assures friends and relatives that there is really nothing the matter with one but temporary nervous depression, a slight hysterical tendency, what is one to do? My brother is also a physician, and also of high standing, and he says the same thing. So I take phosphates and phosphites, whatever it is, and the tonics and journeys and air and exercise, and I am absolutely forbidden to work until I am well again. Personally, I disagree with their ideas. Personally, I believe that congenial work, with excitement and change, would do me good. But what is one to do? Alright, that was page 1. So far we're getting introduced to the actual author. This is a fantasy book, but it is written in a way where she's speaking about a social, I guess, trend that was going on at the time, where women who were a little bit too uppity, meaning that they talked back, were a little bit too expressive with their opinions, were said to have been, I think it was called the rest or the cures or something like that, where the men of the time would basically force them to just like stay at home. And so this is her social commentary on that. And the play on the book is that she is slowly going insane because of the fact that she's staying at home. And of course, as you saw there, she says, you know, what is one to do? My husband says that this is the way that it must be. My brother says that this is the way it must be. What is one to do? You know, you're kind of like stuck in that. What can I do? I know, women talking back. Can you believe that? All right, let's move on to page 2. I did write for a while in spite of them, but it does exhaust me a good deal, having to be so sly about it, or else meet with heavy opposition. I sometimes fancy that in my condition, if I had less opposition and more society and stimulus, but John says the very worst thing I can do is to think about my condition, and I confess it always makes me feel bad. So I will let it alone and talk about the house. The most beautiful place, it is quite lonely. Standing well back from the road, quite 3 miles from the village. It makes me think of English places that you read about, for there are hedges and walls and gates that lock, and lots of separate little houses for the gardeners and people. There is a delicious garden. I never saw such a garden, large and shady, full of box-boarded paths and lined with long grape-covered arbors with seats under them. There were greenhouses too, but they are all broken now. There was some legal trouble, I believe, something about the heirs and co-heirs. Anyhow, the place has been empty for years. That spoils my ghost lines, I am afraid, but I don't care. There is something strange about the house. I can feel it. I even said so to John one moonlight evening, but he said what I felt was a drought, and shut the window. I got unseasonably angry with John sometimes. I'm sure I never used to be so sensitive. I think it is due to this nervous condition. But John says if I feel so, I shall neglect proper self-control, so I take pains to control myself, before him, at least, and that makes me very tired. I don't like our room a bit. I wanted one downstairs that opened on the plaza, and had roses all over the window, and and such pretty old-fashioned chintz hangings, but John would not hear of it. He said there was only one window and not room for two beds, and no near room for him He said there was only one window and not room for two beds, and no near room for him if he took another. What's up, Legend of Brains? We're doing a bit of a reading today. Sorry, I didn't hear you said something about woman. Yeah, we're doing The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Gilman Perkins. It's a older book, but it is a great book. It's a psychological horror, and it's a social commentary of sorts about the 1860s societal norms at the times where women were not allowed to be very expressive. If they were expressive, then they were thought to have had an illness or some kind of psychological issue. It was, older times. And a lot of this it still resonates today. Maybe less so than it was then, but it's still a topic that goes on today. And it is it's written around a horror story. So it's not just like a straight up social commentary. It's not just like, oh, this is what happened back then. It's about a woman who is trapped in her house due to her husband and her family, and she's slowly delving into madness. So far, we're setting the stage. They just got a house. Her husband's name is John. He's a physician. Her brother's a physician. And right now, she feels like there's something weird about the house. But she can't quite make out why. Alright. Let's go ahead and do page 3. He is very careful and loving, and hardly lets me stir without special direction. I have a scheduled prescription for each hour in the day. He takes care of all that for me. And so I basically am ungrateful not to value it more. He said we came here solely on my account, that I was to have perfect rest and all the air I could get. Your exercise depends on your strength, my dear, he said, and your food somewhat on your appetite. But air you can absorb all the time. So we took the nursery at the top of the house. It is a big, airy room. The whole floor nearby. It is a big, airy room. The whole floor nearly with windows that look all of the different ways. And air and sunshine galore. It was a nursery first, and then playground, and then gymnasium. I should judge, for the windows are barred for little children, and there are rings and things in the walls. The paint and paper look as if boys' schools had used it. It is stripped off, the paper, and in great patches all around the head of my bed, about as far as I could reach, and in a great place on the other side of the room low down. I never saw a worse paper in my life. One of those sprawling, flamboyant patterns, committing every artistic sin. It is dull enough to confuse the eyes and following, pronounced enough to constantly irritate and provoke study, and when you follow the lame, uncertain curves for a little distance, they suddenly commit suicide. Plunge off at an atrocious angle, destroy themselves in unheard or weird contradictions. The color is repellent, almost revolting, a smoldering, unclean yellow, strangely faded by the slow-turning sunlight. It is a dull yet lurid orange in some places, a sickly sulfur tint in others. No wonder the children hated it. I should hate it myself if I had to live in this room long. There comes John, and I must put this away. He hates to have me write a word. Okay, so that was page 3. So as you can see, she's already starting to comment on what the title of the book is, right? It's the yellow wallpaper. So she becomes very obsessed with this yellow wallpaper. And that becomes sort of the backdrop for the rest of the story. And if you haven't already caught it, the story is framed in a way where she's like writing these memoirs, or these like little diaries. As like she said there at the end, John had just came in, so I gotta put this away. So it's kind of like her moment to escape and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I do these vocals whenever I do the readings, just to add a bit of like atmosphere to it. And I have the background music too, just to kind of do like the lulling into a sleepless state. It's not my actual voice, obviously. I wish, that'd be great. If I had like a permanent reverb. Okay, so continuing on. And by the way, this isn't a very long story. I think maybe at best we have probably, let me see how many pages there are in this book. I know it's not a very long book. It says we have about an hour left in the book. So if it's an hour, it's probably like not very long. It's a very short story. I mean, depending on what you consider a short story. Alright, so we did page 1, page 2, page 3, now we're going on page 4. Alright, here we go. We have been here 2 weeks and I haven't felt like writing before since the first day. I'm sitting by the window now, up in this atrocious nursery, and there is nothing to hinder my writing as much as I please, save lack of strength. John is away all day, and even some nights when his cases are serious. I am glad my case is not serious, but these nervous troubles are dreadfully depressing. John does not know how much I really suffer. He knows there is no reason to suffer, and that satisfies him. Of course, it is only nervousness. It does weigh on me, so not to do my duty in my own way. I meant to be such a help to John, such a real rest and comfort, and here I am, comparative burden already. Nobody would believe what an effort it is to do what little I am able to dress and entertain and order things. It is fortunate Mary is so good with the baby, such a dear baby, and yet I cannot be with him. It makes me so nervous. I suppose John never was nervous in his life. He laughs at me so about this wallpaper. At first he meant to repaper the room, but afterwards he said that I was letting it get the better of me, and that nothing was worse for a nervous patient than to give away to such fancies. He said that after the wallpaper was changed, it would be the heavy bedstead, and then the barred windows, and then that gate at the head of the stairs, and so on. You know the place is doing good, he said. And really, dear, I don't care to renovate the house just for a 3 months rental. Then do let us go downstairs, I said. There are such pretty rooms there. So as you can see, John is, for all intents and purposes, probably a man of his age, man of his time, I suppose you could say. Not really giving in to the whims and worries of his wife's concerns. And it seems like even she herself believes these things that she has been told, right? She's told that she has this condition, but then she described it as like a nervousness. So, you know, is nervousness really a condition? Probably not, right? Alright, let's continue. Then he took me in his arms and called me a blessed little goose, and said he would go down cellar if I had wished, and have it whitewashed into the bargain. But he is right enough about the beds and windows and things. It is as airy and comfortable a room as anyone would wish, would not be so silly as to make him uncomfortable just for a whim. I'm really getting quite fond of the big room, all but the horrid paper. Out of one window I can see the garden, those mysterious, deep-shaded arbors, the righteous, old-fashioned flowers, and bushes and gnarly trees. Out of another, I get a lovely view of the bay and a little private wharf belonging to the state. There is a beautiful shaded lane that runs down there from the house. I always fancy I see people walking in these numerous paths and arbors. But John has cautioned me not to give away to fancy in the least. He says that with my imaginative power and habit of story making, a nervous weakness like mine is sure to lead to all manner of excited fancies, and that I ought to use my will and good sense to check the tendency, so I try. I think sometimes that if I were only well enough to write a little bit, it would relieve the press of ideas and rest me. But I find I get pretty tired when I try. It is so discouraging not to have any advice and companionship about my work. When I get really well, John says we will ask Cousin Henry and Julia down for a long visit. But he says he would as soon put fireworks in my pillowcase as to let me have those stimulating people about. I wish I could get well faster. But I must not think about that. This paper looks to me as if it knew what a vicious influence it had. There is a recurrent spot where the pattern lolls like a broken neck and two bulbous eyes stare at you upside down. Hey, what's up, good vids? Welcome back in, bud. We're doing a bit of a different thing than the gaming. We're doing a reading. So, might be a light bore for most, but it is something I like to do from time to time. So yeah, that page kind of gave us a little bit more insight into a couple of things along with the other page. So it seems like Mary has a child that she can't take care of. Or not Mary, Mary's the person that's taking care of the child. And the protagonist, or the author, or I guess the main character, is unable to. She also expresses a lot that she's tired. And I wonder if that has to do more with her taking all these drugs than anything else. Because that's what it seems like. Alright, let's keep going. I get positively angry with the impertinence of it and the everlastingness. Up and down and sideways they crawl, and those absurd unblinking eyes and everywhere. There is one place where two breaths didn't match, and the eyes go all the way up and down the line, one a little higher than the other. I never saw so much expression in an inanimate thing before, and we all know how much expression they have. I used to lie awake as a child and get more entertainment and terror out of blank walls and plain furniture than most children could find in a toy store. I remember what a kindly wink the knobs of our big old bureau used to have. And there was one chair that always seemed like a strong friend. I used to feel that if any of the other things looked too fierce, I could always hop into that chair and be safe. The furniture in this room is no worse than inharmonious. However, we had to bring it all down from upstairs. I suppose when this was used as a playroom, they had to take the nursery things out, and no wonder. I never saw such ravages as the children have made here. The wallpaper, as I said before, is torn off in spots, and it sticketh closer than a brother. They must have had perseverance as well as hatred. Then the floor scratched and gouged and splintered. The plaster itself is dug out here and there, and this great heavy bed, which is all we found in the room, looks as if it had been through the wars. I don't want it a bit, only the paper. There comes John's sister, such a dear girl as she is, and so careful of me. I must not let her find me writing. She is a perfect and enthusiastic housekeeper and hopes for no better profession. I verily believe she thinks it is the writing which made me sick. But I can write when she is out, and see her a long way off from these windows. Oh yes, I don't even know what page that was. I stopped counting. Yeah, it's cool and I like it. It's honestly my speed. Well, maybe that's a strange way to say it, but I'm enjoying it. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I always hope, I try to do like a variety show here, where we're doing gaming, and then hopefully at some point I want to do some like theories. I have a couple of different concepts that I want to pull out. I have a couple of different goofy little shows that I also want to incorporate. Okay. There is one that commands the road, a lovely shaded winding road, and one that just looks off over the country. A lovely country too, full of great elms and velvet meadows. This wallpaper has a kind of sub-pattern in a different shade, a particularly irritating one, for you can only see it in certain lights and not clearly then. But in the places where it isn't faded and where the sun is just so, I can see a strange, provoking, formless sort of figure that seems to sulk about behind that silly and conspicuous front design. There's Sister on the stairs. Well, the 4th of July is over, the people are gone, and I'm tired. John thought it might do me good to see a little company, so we just had Mother and Nellie and the children down for a week. Of course, I didn't do anything. Jenny sees to everything now, but it tired me all the same. John says if I don't pick up faster, he shall send me to Weir Mitchell in the fall, but I don't want to go there at all. I had a friend who was in his hands once, and she says he's just like John and my brother, only more so. Besides, it is such an undertaking to go so far. I don't feel as if it is worthwhile to take my hand over for anything, and I'm getting dreadfully fretful and querulous. I cry at nothing. Cry most of the time. Of course, I don't when John is here, or anybody else, but when I am alone. And I am alone a good deal just now. John is kept in town very often by serious cases, and Jenny is good and lets me alone when I want her to. So I walk a little in the garden or down that lovely lane, sit on the porch under the roses and lie down up here a good deal. Okay, so we're getting more insight into her. She is clearly a very depressed woman, very lonely, and clearly starting to become very obsessed about this wallpaper. And there's also, I don't know if you noticed in that last bit there, she mentioned, but in the places where it isn't faded and where the sun is just so, I can see a strange, provoking, formless sort of figure that seems to sulk about behind that silly and conspicuous front design. So she's almost starting to see somebody in the wallpaper. I don't know if that's more of a metaphor or if it's an actual person that she's imagining. Kind of leaning towards the latter than the former. Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? How even though this author wrote this book in 1890, I want to say, and it's still extremely relatable. Now, obviously, I'm not a woman, but I've heard from a few of my women friends that when they've read this book, there was a lot of it that felt very personal, especially coming from someone, almost 200 years ago now. Well, not really 200, but 140, 120 years. All right, let's keep going. We got 37 minutes left in this chapter. I thought we had 37 minutes in the book itself, but we're 37% way through the book, so we're doing good progress. I'm getting really fond of the room in spite of the wallpaper, perhaps because of the wallpaper. It dwells in my mind so. I lie here on this great immovable bed. It is nailed down, I believe, and follow that pattern about by the hour. It is as good as gymnastics. I assure you. I start, well, say, at the bottom, down in the corner over there where it has not been touched, and I determine for the 1000th time that I will follow that pointless pattern to some sort of conclusion. I know a little of the principle of design. I know this thing was not arranged on any laws of radiation or alternation or repetition or symmetry, or anything else that I have ever heard of. It is repeated, of course, by the births, but not otherwise. Look at it in one way, each birth stands alone. The bloated curves and flourishes a kind of debossed Romanesque, with delirium tremens, go waddling up and down in isolated columns of fatuity. But on the other hand, they connect diagonally, and the sprawling outlines run off in great slanting waves of optic horror, like a lot of let me go back. But on the other hand, they connect diagonally, and the sprawling outlines run off in great slanting waves of optic horror, like a lot of wailing seaweeds in full chase. The whole thing goes horizontally, too. At least it seems so. And I exhaust myself in trying to distinguish the order of its going in that direction. They have used a horizontal breadth for a frieze, and that adds wonderfully to the confusion. There is one end of the room where it is almost intact, and there, when the cross lights fade and the low sun shines directly upon it, I can almost fancy radiation after all. The innumerable grotesques seem to form around a common center and rush off in headlong plunges of equal distraction. It makes me tired to follow it. I will take a nap, I guess. Somebody said 6-7. It's a good one. It's a good one. I thought we left that back in 2025. Welcome in, logo. So in that one, there's a couple of sections there that were interesting, the way that she described this wallpaper. I liked how she described it as a kind of debased Romanesque with delirium tremens. If any of you don't know what delirium tremens is, it's a symptom, I guess, for when you are an alcoholic and you go cold turkey. So if you didn't know, alcoholics can't go cold turkey. Well, you can, but it's going to cost you quite a bit. Because when you go cold turkey, you're going to immediately have a lot of side effects. And one of those side effects is delirium tremens. And delirium tremens is not good. It makes you hallucinate, makes you have auditory and visual hallucinations. It's just not a fun time. So it's interesting that she describes the wallpaper as having delirium tremens. I don't know why I should write this. I don't want to. I don't feel able. And I know John would think it's absurd, but I must say what I feel and think in some way. It is such a relief. But the effort is getting to be greater than the relief. Half the time now I am awfully lazy and lie down ever so much. John says I mustn't lose my strength and has me take cod liver oil and lots of tonics and things, to say nothing of ale and wine and rare meat. Dear John, he loves me very dearly and hates to have me sick. I tried to have a real earnest, reasonable talk with him the other day and tell him how I wish he would let me go and make a visit to Cousin Henry and Julia. But he said I wasn't able to go, nor able to stand it after I got there. And I did not make out a very good case for myself, where I was crying before I had finished. It is getting to be a great effort for me to think straight. Just this nervous weakness, I suppose. And dear John gathered me up in his arms and just carried me upstairs and laid me on the bed and sat by me and read to me till I tired my head. He said I was his darling and his comfort and all he had, and that I must take care of myself for his sake and keep well. He says no one but myself can help me out of it. that I must use my will and self-control and not let any silly fancies run me away. There's one comfort. The baby is well and happy, and does not have to occupy this nursery with the horrid wallpaper. If we had not used it, that blessed child would have. What a fortunate escape. Why, I wouldn't have a child of mine and an impressionable little thing live in such a room for worlds. Yes, audiobooks are great. The one downside to audiobooks, I will say, is that you can kind of get lost where you're at if you don't have the book in front of you. So if you're not someone who's good at paying attention, like I'm not, I'm terrible at paying attention, I'll lose sight of what I'm doing immediately. I used to have to still have the book in front of me while I had the audiobook. I know that kind of defeats the purpose of an audiobook, like you want to listen to it on the go, but for me, if I listened to the audiobook and I didn't have the book in front of me, it would just become basically a mishmash of words, just kind of like droning on, and I wouldn't know what happened in the book or where I was or what's going on. Okay. Let's see. I'm not even speaking that much, dare I set off the message alarm. The message alarm, does it go off? What message alarm? Oh, the messaging one on the Streamlabs. I get you. No, feel free. It doesn't distract me at all, and it doesn't take away from the stream. I want you to have an interaction with the story, because that's the beautiful thing about stories, is that they always have something to talk about in them, or at least most of them do. I never thought about it before, but it is lucky that John kept me here after all. I can stand it so much easier than a baby, you see. Of course, I never mention it to them anymore. I am too wise, but I keep watch of it all the same. There are things in that paper that nobody knows but me or ever will. Behind that outside pattern, the dim shapes get clearer every day. It is always the same shape, only very numerous, and it is like a woman stooting down and creeping about behind that pattern. I don't like it a bit. I wonder, I begin to think, I wish John would take it away. I wish John would take me away from here. It is so hard to talk with John about my case because he is so wise and because he loves me so much. But I tried it last night. It was moonlight. The moon shines in all around, just as the sun does. I hate to see it sometimes. It creeps so slowly and always comes in by one window or another. John was asleep and I hated to waken him, so I kept still and watched the moonlight on that undulating wallpaper till I felt creepy. A faint figure behind seemed to shake the pattern, just as if she wanted to get out. I got up softly and went to feel as if the paper did move, and when I came back, John was awake. "What is it, little girl?" he said. "Don't go walking about like that. You'll get a cold." I thought it was a good time to talk. So I told him that I really was not gaining here, and that I wished he would take me away. "Oh, well, that's me, lol, but I just like having something to listen to while I fall asleep." Same, I can't fall asleep without listening to something. Usually I'll put on, like, there's a few different channels on YouTube that have, like, semi-scary stories that I like to put on. Or if not, I'll put on, some comedian or something, and I'll usually fall asleep to their jokes. And it's interesting in this last page here, how she's describing the figure in the wall as a woman. Let me see where it said it. The faint figure behind seemed to shake the pattern, just as if she wanted to get out. So she's already almost projecting that the figure is a woman, and it makes me feel like she's talking about herself, basically. Like there's like this person that she sees behind this wallpaper, and she sees herself in that person. Yeah, I grew up in a house that had a lot of white noise, I suppose. We had a AC that would hum a lot, so I suspect that me growing up in that house kind of always made me feel unsettled with silence. I'm not good with silence. I have to have something to hear. If not, I just can't deal. I get very nervous. "Why, darling," said he, "our lease will be up in 3 weeks, and I can't see how to leave before. The repairs are not done at home, and I cannot possibly leave town just now. Of course, if you were in any danger, I could and would, but you really are better, dear, whether you can see it or not. I am a doctor, dear, and I know. You are gaining flesh and color, your appetite is better. I feel really much easier about you." "I don't weigh a bit more," said I, "nor as much, and my appetite may be better in the evening when you are here, but it is worse in the morning when you are away." "Bless her little heart," said he with a big hug. "She shall be as sick as she pleases. But now let's improve the shining hours by going to sleep, and talk about it in the morning." "And you won't go away?" I asked gloomily. "Why, how can I, dear? It is only 3 weeks more, and then we will take a nice little trip for a few days while Jenny is getting the house ready. Really, dear, you are better." "Better in body, perhaps," I began, and stopped short, for he sat up straight and looked at me with such a stern, reproachful look that I could not say another word. "My darling," he said, "I beg of you, for my sake and for our children's sake, and as well for your own, that you will never, for one instant, let that idea enter your mind. There is nothing so dangerous, so fascinating to a temperament like yours. It is a false and foolish fancy. Can you not trust me as a physician when I tell you so?" So of course I said no more on that score, and we went to sleep before long. He thought I was asleep first, but I wasn't. I lay there for hours trying to decide whether the front pattern and the back pattern really did move together or separately. On a pattern like this, by daylight, there was a lack of sequence, a defiance of law that is a constant irritant to a normal mind. The color is hideous enough, and unreliable enough, infuriating enough, but the pattern is torturing. You think you have mastered it, but just as you get well underway and following, it turns a back somersault, and there you are. It slaps you in the face, knocks you down, and tramples upon you. It is like a bad dream. The outside pattern is a florid... Oh, that's a new word. The outside pattern is a florid arabesque? I'm going to have to highlight that. I'm going to have to look up what that word is. It's a new one for me. Arabesque. Okay. I'm going to guess that's how you pronounce it. The outside pattern is a florid arabesque, reminding one of a fungus. If you can imagine a toadstool in joints, an interminable string of toadstools, budding and sprouting in endless convolutions. Why, that is something like it. That is sometimes. There is one marked peculiarity about this paper, a thing nobody seems to notice but myself, and that is that it changes as the light changes. When the sun shoots in through the east window, I always watch for the first long, straight ray. It changes so quickly that I never can quite believe it. That is why I watch it always. By moonlight, the moon shines, and all night when there is a moon, I wouldn't know it was the same paper. At night, in any kind of light, in twilight, candlelight, lamplight, and worst of all, moonlight, it becomes bars. The outside pattern, I mean. And the woman behind it is as plain as can be. I didn't realize for a long time what the thing was that showed behind that dim sub-pattern, but now I am quite sure it is a woman. By daylight she is subdued, quiet. I fancy it is the pattern that keeps her so still. It is so puzzling. It keeps me quiet by the hour. I lie down ever so much now. John says it is a good... I lie down ever so much now. John says it is good for me, and to sleep all I can. Indeed, he started the habit by making me lie down for an hour after each meal. Well, this has been fun to listen to, but it's getting late, and I'm getting drowsy, so I'm gonna sleep. Yeah, thank you for stopping back, Legend. I always appreciate you coming in. Next time around, right now I'm doing a project where I'm not going to say too much about it, but it's, I'm going to try and make an application that emulates a Game Boy so that I can do some retro games. Hopefully I can do the Minish Cap or a couple of other games too. And I looked into Dolphin for Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and it looks like it's pretty good. It's almost on par with what the Steam's version is. Not Steam, the Switch. So I'm gonna look into seeing whether it's better to get the HD version of Wind Waker on Dolphin or the original one. Because there is an HD version that came out. And I'm hoping that, I don't know, I'm gonna have to see. I never played the HD version, I only played the older version, so. But yep, enjoy the rest of your night and the rest of your day, and I will see you next time, friend. Yeah, Wind Waker, yeah. Like what we were talking about yesterday. Well, I'm gonna see if I can't maybe start a quick playthrough of that. I just gotta decide whether I'm gonna do the HD version or the regular version. They're both on Dolphin, but I'll see which one I end up picking. Probably the non-HD version, but I'll see if there's like a huge difference. All right. There's something interesting that I saw on this last page that she had mentioned. So she mentions in this story that the lighting changes the pattern of the wallpaper. But the way she describes it is interesting. She says it's like bars. If you see, it says, at night in any kind of light, in twilight, candlelight, lamplight, and worst of all by moonlight, it becomes bars. And that made me think, the windows also have bars, from what I remember. I may be misremembering, but it seemed like she also described the windows having like bars on them. So I wonder if that's where she's getting that. Now, of course, she's obviously obsessing more and more about this wallpaper, as we see. Alright, let's keep it going. It is a very bad habit, I am convinced, for you see, I don't sleep, and that cultivates deceit. For I don't tell them I am awake. Oh no, the fact is, I am getting a little afraid of John. He seems very queer sometimes, and even Jenny has an inexplicable look. It strikes me occasionally, just as a scientific hypothesis, that perhaps it is the paper. I have watched John, when he did not know I was looking, and come into the room suddenly on the most innocent excuses. And I've caught him several times looking at the paper. And Jenny too. I caught Jenny with her hand on it once. She didn't know I was in the room, And when I asked her in a quiet and very quiet voice, with the most restrained manner possible, what she was doing with the paper, she turned around as if she had been caught stealing, and looked quite angry. Asked me why I should frighten her so. Then she said that the paper stained everything it touched, that she had found yellow smotches on all my clothes and John's, and she wished we would be more careful. Did not that sound innocent? But I know she was studying that pattern, and I am determined that nobody shall find it out but myself. Life is very much more exciting now than it used to be. You see, I have something more to expect, to look forward to watch. I really do eat better, and am more quiet than I was. John is so pleased to see me improve. He laughed a little the other day, and said I seemed to be flourishing in spite of my wallpaper. I turned it off with a laugh. I had no intention of telling him it was because of the wallpaper. He would make fun of me. He might even want to take me away. Okay, interesting. So now, there's more people actually paying attention to the wallpaper, which is even creepier. Now, of course, we are reading this through her perspective. So that is something to keep in mind. And the reason I say that we need to keep that in mind is because we're reading it from her perspective, there is a tendency in these stories to have like a false narrative, right? Where the writer, or not necessarily the writer, but the person we're seeing the story through may actually not be telling us the whole truth. Or they could be exaggerating the truth, which is what I suspect is happening here. But who knows? Maybe it actually is a very supernatural thing. And maybe she actually is noticing something with this wallpaper, and this wallpaper is having an effect on everybody in the home. I just noticed something here. Let me change it. Oh, that's interesting. I can't change it. Okay, that's fine. Not a big deal. Here we go. We're 63% into the book, so we're pretty close. I don't want to leave now until I've found it out. There's a week more, and I think that will be enough. I am feeling ever so much better. I don't sleep much at night, for it is... Oops. Accidentally closed my book here. My Kindle. Let me start this from the top. I don't want to leave now until I have found it. Damn it. Let me try again. I don't want to leave now until I have found it out. There is a week more, and I think there will be enough. I am feeling ever so much better. I don't sleep much at night, for it is so interesting to watch developments, but I sleep a good deal in the daytime. In the daytime, it is tiresome and perplexing. There are always new shoots on the fungus, new shades of yellow all over it. I cannot keep count of them, though I have tried conscientiously. It is the strangest yellow, that wallpaper. It makes me think of all the yellow things I have ever saw. Not beautiful ones like buttercups, but old, foul, bad yellow things. But there's something else about that wallpaper. The smell. I noticed it the moment we came into the room, but with so much air and sun, it was not bad. Now we have had a week of fog and rain, and whether the windows are open or not, the smell is here. It creeps all over the house. I find it hovering in the dining room, skulking in the parlor, hiding in the hall, lying in wait for me on the stairs. It gets into my hair. Even when I go to ride, if I turn my head suddenly and surprise it, there it is, that smell. Such a particular odor, too. I have spent hours in trying to analyze it, to find what it smelled like. It is not bad, well, at first. A very gentle, but quite the subtlest. It is not bad, at first, and very gentle, but quite the subtlest, most enduring odor I have ever met. In this damp weather, it is awful. I wake up in the night and find it hanging over me. Alright, 09, I appreciate you sticking around. Thank you so much for staying and listening to me just babble on and read. We try to do these streams every other night, or every night, depending on my schedule. We don't always read. Most of the time we're actually playing games and just kind of chit-chatting, so I encourage you to come back whenever you can, and appreciate you for sticking around as much as you did, and for all the likes. You got me to 1K, so I appreciate that. Alright, so now the wallpaper has an odor to it, which is interesting. Now it's not just a visual thing, it's also an olfactory thing. It used to disturb me at first. I thought seriously of burning the house to reach the smell, but now I'm used to it. The only thing I can think of is that it is like the color of the paper, a yellow smell. There's a very funny mark on this wall, low down near the mop board, a streak that runs around the room. It goes behind every piece of furniture except the bed, a long, straight, even smotch, as if it had been rubbed over and over. I wonder how it was done and who did it, and what they did it for. Round and round and round and round and round. It makes me dizzy. I really have discovered something at last. Through watching so much at night, when it changes so, I have finally found out. The front pattern does move. And no wonder. The woman behind shakes it. Sometimes I think there are a great many women behind, and sometimes only one. And she crawls around fast, and her crawling shakes it all over. Then in the very bright spots, she keeps still. And in the very shady spots, she just takes hold of the bars and shakes them hard. And she is all the time trying to climb through. But nobody could climb through that pattern. It strangles so. I think that is why it has so many heads. They get through, and then the pattern strangles them off and turns them upside down and makes their eyes white. If those heads were covered or taken off, it would not be half so bad. Okay, that's an interesting page there, because now I'm starting to wonder, is she just seeing her shadow? Like, is her shadow just there, right? And she's, like, so the windows have bars, at least I think it does. I think it mentioned that. So I'm wondering if she's just like going over there and like shaking the bars. And like that's her shadow that she's seeing. I don't know. We have detected inactivity in my live. I don't know how. Because I'm here. So that's weird. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, that was an interesting one. It's almost starting to feel like it is just an obvious projection of herself. But even more than that, it's almost like a complete delusion, where she's actively thinking she's seeing somebody there, which is crazy. I think that woman gets out in the daytime, and I'll tell you why, privately. I've seen her. I can see her out every one of my windows. It is the same woman I know, for she is always creeping, and most women do not creep by daylight. I see her on that long shaded lane, creeping up and down. I see her in those dark grape arbors, creeping all around the garden. I can see her on that long road under the trees, creeping along, and when a carriage comes, she hides under the blackberry vines. I don't blame her a bit. It must be very humiliating to be caught creeping by daylight. I always lock the door when I creep by daylight. I can't do it at night, for I know John would suspect something at once. And John is so queer now that I don't know. And John is so queer now that I don't want to. No. And John is so queer now that I don't want to irritate him. I wish he would take another room. Besides, I don't want anybody to get that woman out at night by myself. No, wait, I messed that up. And John is so queer now that I don't want to irritate him. I wish he would take another room. Besides, I don't want anybody to get that woman out at night but myself. I often wonder if I could see her out of all the windows at once, but turn as fast as I can only see out of one at a time. And though I always see her, she may be able to creep faster than I can turn. I have watched her sometimes away off in the open country, creeping as fast as a cold shadow in a high wind. If only that top pattern could be gotten off from the under one. I mean, to try it, little by little. I have found out another funny thing that I shan't tell at this time. It does not do to trust people too much. Interesting. So she is now almost like talking directly to us as a reader, because she's saying it doesn't do well to trust people. But who could she be talking about? Because she's writing this for herself in secret, and we're the ones reading it. So it's interesting. It's almost like she's talking directly to us. Okay. There are only 2 more days to get this paper off, and I believe John is beginning to notice. I don't like the look in his eyes, and I heard him ask Jenny a lot of professional questions about me. She had a very good report to give. She said I slept a good deal in the daytime. John knows I don't sleep very well at night, for all I'm so quiet. He asked me all sorts of questions too, and pretended to be very loving and kind, as if I couldn't see through him. Still, I don't wonder he acts so. Sleeping under this paper for 3 months, it only interests me, but I feel sure John and Jenny are secretly affected by it. Hurrah! This is the last day, but it is enough. John is to stay in town overnight and won't be out until this evening. Jenny wanted to sleep with me, the sly thing, but I told her I should undoubtedly rest better for a night all alone. That was clever, for really I wasn't alone a bit. As soon as it was moonlight and that poor thing began to crawl and shake the pattern, I got up and ran to help her. I pulled and shook. I pulled and she shook. I shook and she pulled. And before morning we had peeled off yards of that paper, a strip about as high as my head and half around the room. And then when the sun came and that awful pattern began to laugh at me, I declared I would finish it today. We go away tomorrow, and they are moving all my furniture down again to leave things as they were. Jenny looked at the wall in amazement, but I told her merely that I did it out of pure spite at the vicious thing. She laughed and said she wouldn't mind doing it herself, but I must not get tired. How she betrayed herself that time, but I am here, and no person touches this paper but me, not alive. She tried to get me out of the room. It was too patent. She tried to get me out of the room. It was too patent. But I said it was so quiet and empty and clean now that I believed I would lie down again and sleep all I could, and not to wake me even for dinner. I would call when I woke. So now she is gone, and the servants are gone, and the things are gone, and there is nothing left but that great bedstead nailed down, with the canvas mattress we found on it. We shall sleep downstairs tonight, and take the boat home tomorrow. I quite enjoy the room. Now it is bare again. How those children did tear about here. This bedstead is fairly gnawed, but I must get to work. I have locked the door and thrown the key down into the front path. I don't want to go out, and I don't want to have anybody come in till John comes. I want to astonish him. I've got a rope up here that even Jenny did not find. If that woman does get out and tries to get away, I can tie her. But I forgot I could not reach far without anything to stand on. This bed will not move. I tried to lift and push it until it was lame, and then I got so angry I bit off a little piece at one corner, but it hurt my teeth. Then I peeled off all the paper I could reach standing on the floor. It sticks horribly, and the pattern just enjoys it. All those strangled heads and bulbous eyes and waddling fungus growths just shriek with derision. I am getting angry enough to do something desperate. To jump out the window would be admirable exercise, but the bars are too strong even to try. Besides, I wouldn't do it. Of course not. I know well enough that a step like this is improper and might be misconstrued. I don't like to look out of the windows even. There are so many of those creeping women, and they creep so fast. I wonder if they all come out of that wallpaper as I did. But I am securely fastened now by my well-hidden rope. You don't get me out on the road there. I suppose I shall have to get back behind the pattern when it comes night, and that is hard. It is so pleasant to be out in this great room and creep around as I please. I don't want to be outside. I won't, even if Jenny asked me to. For outside you have to creep on the ground and everything is green instead of yellow. But here I can creep smoothly on the floor, and my shoulder just fits in that long smotch around the wall, so I cannot lose my way. Why, there's John at the door. It is no use, young man. You can't open it. How he does call and pound. Now he's crying for an axe. It would be a shame to break down that beautiful door. John, dear, said I in the gentlest voice, the key is down by the front steps, under a plantain leaf. That silenced him for a few moments. Then he said, very quietly indeed, open the door, my darling. I can't, said I. The key is down by the front door under a plantain leaf. And then I said it again, several times, very gently and slowly, and said it so often that he had to go and see, and he got it, of course, and came in. He stopped short by the door. What's the matter? He cried. For God's sakes, what are you doing? I kept on creeping just the same, but I looked at him over my shoulder. I've got out at last, said I, in spite of you and Jane, and I've pulled off most of the paper so you can't put me back. Now why should that man have fainted? But he did, and right across my path by the wall, so that I had to creep over him every time. And that's it. End of the story. So a bit confusing towards the end there. Well, I say confusing, but it's slightly confusing. What seems to have happened is that she finally got rid of the wallpaper. And because she finally got rid of the wallpaper, it must have, I guess, released her. Because the end says, now why should that man have fainted? But he did. And right across my path by the wall, so that I had to creep over him every time. Every time. So he fainted. I'm guessing, I'm not sure why. What's the matter? He cried. What are you doing? In spite of your engine, I pulled off most of the paper so you can't put me back. So yeah, clearly it was her the whole time. Or at least her projecting herself the whole time. Very nice. story. Not one that I think would maybe interest most people, but I thought it was well enough. Let me see what this transcription did, and how well it did it. So this app that I have here is one that I made, and it is essentially an app that just listens to what I'm saying and then reads it back as text. Now let me go see how that transcript came out. Yeah, it came out pretty well. 48,000 characters. And then, yeah, it looks like it captured the whole book. That's amazing. There are some words in here that it didn't get correctly, but it did well enough. It even added some punctuation. Interesting. I have to play around with the program, and I saw that it started to get a bit laggy towards the end, so I'll definitely have to update some things on it. Alright. Now let me stop my wonderful recording for my audio. I'm gonna have to go back and edit a lot of this. This was right about 2 hours. I should be probably about an hour. It's not bad. Alright, I'm gonna switch my voice back to my normal voice.
There we are. Okay. All right, I'm back. Normal voice, normal me. All right, that was a good book, though. All right, let's see. What are we going to play? Let's pick a game to play. What do I want to play? I would play Dead Space, but I don't feel like it, to be honest with you. So, you know what we are going to play? Where is it? Oh, it's not Slime Rancher. Where is it? I thought I had it downloaded already. I guess I don't. Let me delete a couple of these games because I have too many games installed. Delete a couple of these. I'm gonna play Phoenix. Oh, come on. What's it called? Let me Google the game. No, not Sphinx. Ah, it's called Immortals. That's what it is. Immortals. Let me download this game. This is the game I want to play. Not really a horror title, but it is a fun game. And I do want to play it. Hello, Shintetsu. I'm just waiting for a game to download here before I start it. We're going to play Immortals. We just got done with a reading. Immortal. Yes. Thanks, Rising. I see that you enjoy coffee and game. What's your favorite kind of coffee? While you're doing that, or while this is actually downloading, I'm going to go get something to drink. Ouchie. Something I downloaded the other day that I need to. Where is it? I downloaded it from the Microsoft App Store. It's called AirPlay. Okay. I was wondering what the name of it was. And to start. I'm going to put this in here. Image editing. Oh, come on. Oh, buddy. There we go. And then let me, while that's downloading, Doctor. I wish this was longer. I don't like the size of it. I hate how it's like that. Maybe I can. Yeah, I guess that's a little better. Did I not bring? Don't think I have it with me. Mhm. Damn. I don't know why that looks so crooked. Yeah, messed up at the end. Mhm. I don't like how one's so thin and the other one isn't. Let me put on some Spotify while I'm doing this. Actually, let me see. Oh, the game's ready. Damn. Let me finish this and then we'll start the game. Oops. think I messed up on this side. It's a little better. I think I made this too thick though. Doctor, doctor. I like it. All right. That's enough of that. Right. Let me just do the settings. This game wasn't designed to support controllers. That's bullshit. This game was definitely made for controllers. Um, I just have to use the PlayStation controller. Come on. I don't know why that took so long. Oh, I didn't want it to restart right then and there. I do need to check something though. Okay, I think that's all good. Now, let's go ahead and plug in the controller. Let me put on that right there. Gear, Sentinel firing cores, rusted gear. Don't know what that is. One. Dead Space 1. We can actually exit out of Discord. I'm not even using it right now. And exit out of here. Oh, I think I needed that open. Oopsie. Guess we can exit out of that. That is. Oh, I know what that is. Okay. All right, let's go. Hello, and welcome. I am Expired Soda, and welcome back to another playthrough of mine. This time we're going away from the horror genre, and we're going into the mythological genre. We're playing Immortals Phoenix Rising. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Phoenix Rising, maybe? I think Phoenix Rising probably makes more sense. And this is a pretty fun game, actually. I played it years ago, I think when it first came out, and I had a great time with it. It is I guess you could call it an action-adventure platformer, maybe. Would probably be around what, you could probably call it. And so we're going to be doing a new game of it. And we do have the different DLCs, which I guess we'll have to play at the end. I don't really know how the DLCs work. When I originally played this, I just played the original content. I didn't actually play the DLC version. So we're just going to go ahead and hit new game. And for those of you watching this on YouTube, I do these live, so you may end up hearing me speaking to somebody or commenting on someone who is commenting to me during the live. And of course, if you want to catch our lives, we do them every day or every other day typically anywhere between 12 a.m. Eastern to 4 a.m. Eastern. I know, kind of a late showing. All right, let's see. We got normal, hard, nightmare. We're just gonna go with normal, I think. You enjoy both a good story and a good challenge. This is intended level of difficulty for the game. Intended difficult. What's hard then? You enjoy a good story but prefer a greater challenge. This is meant for players with experience playing action-adventure games. Health regeneration, only current chunk. And then this one is you enjoy a good story but prefer an intense challenge. This is meant for seasoned players ready to display the highest level of skill and strategy. And then this is deadly enemies, no health regen, no stamina, or no, I guess stamina regen and fall damage are default. And then myth challenge assistance, there is no myth challenge assistance. We're just gonna go with normal. I think normal's probably the best. All right.
Beautiful Hera, Mother Divine, wisest Athena, mighty Poseidon, the Earth-shaker, Zeus Artemis, with her deadly aim set to pierce even the heart of a hummingbird, pain-tagged pigs, all of them, I see you there. Come closer.
Help me! Someone help! Someone!
None of this is your fault. You're the victim. All the mortals are, made in the born workshop of fools, jagged reflections from a broken mirror. Behold your god! This one killed 6 innocent children to satisfy her rage. They squabble, burn with jealousy, cheat, fight and murder. They're cruel, vindictive and selfish. And, like the heel of Achilles, these witnesses will be their undoing. I have no such flaws. The rest have fallen. Only one stands between me and the rehabilitation of Olympus. Only the foulest, most arrogant, narrow-minded coxer son of Kronos who trapped me beneath the earth. The one and only Zeus!
How I've missed you, Prometheus, my favorite castle.
You chained me to this rock and fed my liver to an eagle.
Out of love!
Out of love.
Aha. You need my help. Typhon is free.
You once fought beside his allies, the Titans. Convince him to stand down.
It's not that simple. He is even blocking my ability to glimpse the future. I cannot see past him. Go on. Blast me.
I can't! He took my lightning! He took everything! Even the other gods are missing!
Look to the mortals.
That's done! Those evil, imbecilic, tasteless parasites were all turned to stone!
One of those evil parasites is about to save your royal ass.
My ass is safely lodged in the Aegean stables, and mortals will never be anything but a mistake.
Care to make a wager? If I'm right, my sin of stealing fire and ensuring their survival becomes a blessing.
You find your punishment unjust?
It's a little extreme. Do we have a deal?
If you win, I'll end your punishment and set you free. But if I win, you help me stop Typhon, whatever it takes.
Very well. Let the tale of Phoenix be my redemption!
Oh no, not one of your stories. How long is this going to...
My tale begins at sea. A ship of soldiers returning from a faraway battle. Their victory ambushed by an unexpected storm. The sea tossed and turned. Waves churned to a froth. The line between sky and sea all but vanished. The mountainous peaks of the waves descended into valleys nearly as deep as Tartarus.
You're really painting a picture here.
It's an art. Point is, the ship didn't stand a chance. At dawn, the sun rose on the few remaining survivors. The lowest ranked among them, a shield bearer who dreamt of battle, but had seen nary a
Wait,
skirmish.
don't tell me.
Okay. This is where we get to make our character. Does it have to be a woman? No, I guess it can be a man. Changing body type reverts the character to default state. I guess we'll keep it a woman, I guess.
Skin dark like olives. The good kind, not the green ones.
Green? Should we make her green like a She-Hulk?
The color of stirred yogurt.
Stirred yogurt, that's hilarious. That's what I'm gonna start calling white people. Stirred yogurt.
Tan like me at the beach.
I like the red. The red looks good.
Face like...
This?
You know, an face.
An
A face I conceal in my mind.
Yeah, we'll go face. And we'll go...
The color of an empty room. The color of unripe grapefruits.
Yeah, I like the yellow on her.
Hair like...
Hair like a Viking? Maybe we'll go... Yeah, I like that. Very Greek.
beach fuzz.
Beach fuzz. Yeah, we'll go Greek.
Has
have
a
a beard?
beard.
That's hilarious. That's funny. We can put a beard on her. We're gonna opt out with no beard though.
Eyebrows.
We'll do
Thick as Narcissus.
Narcissus. That's the guy who drowned, right? Oh look, that's like Kratos. It's like the guy who drowned looking at his own reflection. I like the Kratos look. Let's go with that.
The storm! Wake up! I have to wake up!
Okay, that voice kind of fits her pretty well.
The
Let's try
storm!
this one.
Wake up!
Well,
I have to wake up!
That wouldn't fit her.
The storm! Wake up! I have
Alright.
to wake up!
We're going with that then.
There, I see her clear as day.
The lowest ranked among them, a shield bearer who dreamt of battle, but had seen nary a skirmish. A teller of tales, not a doer of deeds.
A doer of
Phoenix.
deeds.
What a name! Phoenix! Sounds like the sound a dumb bird makes when it lights itself on fire, which would be ridiculous. Although, I should write that down.
Washed up on an unknown shore, Phoenix awoke.
Can anyone
Locagos?
hear me?
That's a nice name. Locagos. Ford Locagos.
Looks like the only way off this beach is up that cliff.
Alright, bonus content unlocked. The quest. Another bonus content unlocked. I got this game with all the DLCs, so we're probably gonna see a bunch of that. Okay, guess we gotta reach the top of the cliff. And this game definitely has that Breath of the Wild's kind of feel to it. You got like stamina and all that other stuff for when you're climbing.
What?
Breath of the Wild's really made a whole genre of video games just based off that one mechanic.
Phoenix saw her captain
surprised they
and
didn't
fellow
trademark
soldiers in the distance. Through a trick of the light, she could almost see them waving and calling to her.
Phoenix! Again! You may not be your brother Ligiron, but I will make something of you yet.
Hold my shield. Try not to drop it this time.
I didn't see you there.
Don't let them get to you. They're just jealous. It's not often someone has a brother like yours.
Locagos! Locagos! Can you hear me? You've gone cold. What magic is this? Ligiron.
His hair is stone,
Where
but
are
it's
you,
still like
brother?
moving in the wind. Or at least it
Unarmed
was in
and
that one
lost,
scene.
Phoenix was vulnerable.
I have to be calm. I have to follow my training.
Use the compass.
My brother's sword! No!
Oh no. That's a nice sword though.
Lagiron! Brother! You've always been my hero. My
I get how her
North Star.
crying isn't really crying, it's just
I
like
will
her
bring you
eyes are
back.
getting wet.
I swear it.
That's hilarious. How are you gonna bring him back? He's dead. Like, not only is he stoned, but he's also like broken.
Phoenix had never been allowed to hold the hallowed sword. A gift from Achilles for bravery in battle. It balanced perfectly in her palm, as if forged for it.
Achilles' sword? Brother must have been good in battle.
Is something wrong with your voice?
I never
Yeah,
got a
real good
sword.
in battle.
Just saying.
Phoenix looked up. She was not alone.
By the gods! Stay back!
She readied her
First
sword
enemies.
for her first real fight. Phoenix felt her training come into focus.
I think there's also a parry mechanic.
I should be able to survey the land from up there.
There's a dodge, and I think there's a parry. Oh, and there's a sneak too. So this game is full of collectibles, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna probably spend quite a bit of time doing random collecting.
This is the largest statue of Hermes I've ever seen. I wonder who built it.
Besieged by challenge, totally alone, this young hero was determined to save her fellow soldiers and brother.
Boring! Can we skip this part?
Boring.
No, this is important for the sense of atmosphere.
I like that, for the sense of atmosphere. I agree, Prometheus. Atmosphere is important. Can I take this wild one?
Hermes,
Yes,
my
I
old
can.
friend. It's an honor to finally meet you in person. Just don't tell anyone I'm speaking to you. I got in enough trouble
Oh
for
my
memorizing
goodness, I thought it was
stories
gonna-
instead of tilling the soil back at home. And then the other soldiers. Well,
thought
they
it was
really
gonna
don't appreciate a good
Bring my
story.
stamina up quicker, but it didn't. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Don't fall, brother. I think there's going to be a point where we can also fly in the game, if I'm not mistaken. And then it's got this,
Phoenix's destiny was becoming
like,
clear.
what would you call this?
So far, all you have shown me
I
is
guess
a mortal
Assassin's
soldier
Creed.
who has fought one real battle, and
Where you can,
Typhon
like,
grows
look
stronger by the
around
hour. Don't toy with me,
that would reveal
Prometheus.
the map a little bit.
I swear to you that soldier shall be our salvation. For if she fails and Typhon defeats us, Zeus, king of gods, the world will fall to chaos.
A temple of Apollo. If it has an oracle or a seer, they could help me undo this curse. A griffin? They aren't real.
Let me go!
Clearly they are.
Hey! I'll save you!
Hey, look, it's Hermes.
I'm coming! I need to find a way to reach that rift.
Alright, this is where we can reveal things. Oh, that's right. It's not even like Assassin's Creed where... In Assassin's Creed, it would at least reveal the stuff for you. I think, yeah, in this game you literally have to, like, reveal it all yourself. It's kind of annoying. There's something there, something there. Sometimes you can get away with just like sweeping and just constantly smashing the right trigger. And you can reveal stuff super far away too. Not that far. More smashing of the right trigger. Is that not something you can do? Oh my goodness, there's a lot. Is that it? Jesus. Oh, there's something down there. I want to make sure I get everything. So that way we're not having to come back here and do this again. Come on. Is that it? No. There's more. Oh my goodness, how much more? Okay, it's gotta be somewhat it, right? I'm probably missing something over here, maybe directly below me. No. Nothing. Okay. Maybe I did get everything then. Oh, nope. There's something there. Some of these places we won't be able to do like immediately though, because it's going to be very difficult. I mean, we could probably do it if we're patient, but we're such a low level. I don't think there's actually, well, maybe there is traditional levels in this game. I can't remember how this one works. Come on. Find us, there we go. Oh my lord, there was a lot more that I missed. A whole lot more. There's a ton of stuff over here. Jesus. Half the game is just gonna be this, isn't it? Just searching around for things. Yikes. Come on. Yeah, that's it. Alright, we're gonna call that it. So as you can see, it's a pretty big game. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major areas. And then this is like the tutorial island area, I guess you could call it. It's our starter weapon. These are our abilities. Let's see what we got. We got the regular combo. We got the slash on if we get them from behind. We got the regular jump, right? Hold jump to jump higher. We got the midair combo. We got the dodge, the climb, the swim. Oh yeah, swimming in this game I think uses stamina. And then we got the parry. Oh, okay, the parry is LB and RB. Okay, and then there's also other stuff that we can get.
How to get down? The pond!
How to get down? We're gonna have to climb down, my friend. What do you mean, how do we get down? And then eventually I think we get wings, which is gonna be nice once we can actually get that. This is ambrosia.
What is this? It smells like honey. And the first day of spring. And my first kiss. All rolled into one.
Phoenix got into the ambrosia too? Prometheus!
You worried, Zeus, about losing this bet?
Please, she can't use it anyway.
Yet.
Yet. I think, yeah, that's right. We have to go somewhere to use it. I think we could probably just jump down into the water, to be honest. Rather than
Phoenix felt Ligiron's blade with every step. Its weight a reminder of the heavy responsibility.
You gave him your blade? Oh, Achilles.
I meant to ask, why exactly would you expect to receive a sword from Achilles?
Oh, as an offering. Just a routine offering from someone who gazed into your eyes and told you you were special.
A routine offering,
I
huh?
left a rose on his breastplate. Got something in my eye.
Pomegranates.
Keep going.
When health is low, you can use the pomegranates. Pomegranates are kind of just like scattered all over the place too, so they're pretty easy to find. Alright, I say the first thing that we do is kind of just grab whatever we can around here. Okay. I forgot how to parry. There we go.
The adamantine shed by Typhon's minions,
wow.
metal of the gods, threw itself to
Knocked
Phoenix,
down that tree.
as if wanting to be forged into something greater.
Some pomegranates down here. There's a couple of chests and a musical lyre over here.
Unlike the mortal flesh, which had been frozen into marble, the pomegranate sprung forth defiantly, bursting with life.
A lot of poetry for something they're just gonna stick in their mouth.
Isn't that what the best poetry is about?
That's true. Poetry is all about just what you can stick in your mouth. Alright, let's try and do this lyre up here. I think it's pretty simple. And then we can investigate the strange glow on the island. Dang, we climb so slow. We're gonna have to upgrade a lot of stuff here soon to make this a little bit
Muse,
quicker.
sing of Hermes,
Memorize the melodies of the
luck-bringing
small
messenger
lyres and play
of
them
the
on a big
immortals.
lyre found in the
He
same region.
consorts with all mortals and
Oh, that's
immortals. Little he profits, but
There's
through
like
the dark
little
night,
lyres and then there's a
he
big lyre.
continually tricks.
That's nice.
And I think we need a bow
Who
to
wrote
do
that?
it too.
My
I
favorite
don't think we
poet,
have a bow.
who just happens to not have been born yet.
Favorite poet who hasn't been born yet. No. Hurry, we gotta go. Is there anything inside these? I forget if there's a reason why those are glowing. Alright, let's just go ahead and go towards the objective. Until we do the objective, we're not really going to be able to do very much. This bear is kind of hard to kill at the beginning. Look at it. What the hell? It shouldn't be moving while it's doing that. There's going to be a lot of backtracking in this game, I can guarantee you. A lot of coming and going back in these areas, because some stuff you can't get until later on.
I'll have to swim to the other shore.
Yes, you will. Right here, and then we can dive and like this. Oh yeah, these are these gates that we have to close whenever we find them. The gates to Hades or something.
Hello? Can you hear me in there? I'm coming! I found your axe!
Phoenix approached the axe, feeling it call to her.
Oh, this is our
Looks
other
like the
weapon.
axe of Atalanta. Must be a copy. Although...
But before Phoenix could claim it, the axe was pulled into the pit by a terrible force.
Who knocks upon my door?
No one?
You think that old trick will work on me? Come into my parlor, send the Cyclops to the sailor.
Alright, yeah, these are the challenges that are strewn throughout the island.
Well, that's the end of Phoenix. Perfectly passable storytelling. I won't lie, there were moments that dragged, but you really got me with that ending. Now, let's settle up. Time for you to help me against
Zeus,
Typhon.
Production director Zeus.
It's
game
not
director
over
Zeus.
yet. Not by a long shot.
That's a good
What is this place?
We're in the abyss. Alright, this is an easy one. Easy challenge.
What was this strange place?
It's Tartarus.
Just exactly
Tartarus,
where
that's right.
had Phoenix
It's not
landed?
Hades.
Tartarus! The nasty abyss where I imprisoned Typhon. He must have opened rifts into the vaults of the underworld when he escaped. You know it, I know it. Say it!
Phoenix was in town, sure.
I hate you!
Oh, sure.
But aren't you intrigued?
No! Keep going.
What?
You are either brave, little one, or very foolish. Let's see if you can meet my challenge, or if you will fall like all the others.
Who are you? Hello?
Oh, there's the wings. Yes, we're gonna get that immediately. That's nice. I don't think you can glide with the wings right away, but they do give you the ability to double jump. I need to go back down there? I think I do, I guess. Collect the axe. Let's see, why do I need to go back down here? Oh, I almost fell right there. Got it. Yes, the wings of Phoenix.
What's this? Wings.
Phoenix ran her hands over them, noticing that several pieces were missing, as if someone had ripped them apart.
They seem to be man-made. I wonder how they work. If they even work.
Oh yeah, the broken ones, and then as we upgrade it, we can do more stuff with it. At first, I think it just helps us double jump.
Whoa! They actually work! Sort of. The axe!
The axe of Atalanta, deadliest of hunters, swiftest of heroes, fallen at the hands of Typhon.
Didn't I change him into a lion?
You turned a lot of people into a lot of things.
I need to stop drinking.
Yes, you do, Zeus. You need to stop.
And now you fall.
This is a heavy attack now. Heavy attack lets us stop these shield guys. We could also just parry them too.
You're still standing? I sense something more in you.
I don't think our health revives during combat, but after combat only. No, come back, come back.
A bolt of my lightning!
Scattered, hidden by Typhon.
It's over!
Oh, yeah.
Phoenix is
At the end of these, there's always
Helios!
a
No one
lightning.
can handle those bolts but me!
Oh, really?
And I think they level us up, if I'm not mistaken.
A replica of Zeus's lightning bolt? No way!
Power surged through Phoenix. It was too much for her to bear.
What's happening to me?
Bye-bye, mortal!
And then, just like that, it stopped.
No!
The winds grounded the lightning. They were designed to withstand storms.
That's for
That
our
shouldn't be
upgrades.
possible!
I like it how we already start
And
with
yet,
10.
this is just the beginning.
I like it in the load screens, you can kind of like
Having
play around.
plunged into the abyss of Tartarus and living to tell the tale, Phoenix emerged victorious.
For now?
Victorious.
That stranger I was chasing. Where did he go?
With the wings, she would be able to flit across the
Were we
ancient
chasing
bridge
them, or-
and find out.
I wouldn't
Wasn't
just
a
strap
bird
on
chasing
discarded junk.
it or something?
Who knows where those have been?
Many a night, Phoenix had told tales of a genius, an inventor named Daedalus, and his
Oh, that's right,
extraordinary
the
wings.
stamina. Very
Perhaps
important,
someone
though.
copied their design, Phoenix mused.
So junk. Ooh. Maybe
Okay,
it's
so we can't just straight up climb this cliff here. I wish we could, but we don't have enough stamina. So, we're gonna have to take the long way. And we can't cross this ocean. Because we don't have enough stamina. See how they kind of set it up that way? And also when you use your wings, you lose stamina too, which kind of sucks. And those rings, I'm almost certain, are for the bow, which we don't have yet. And this is a waterfall. Usually in the waterfall, Not in this one, though. Most video games, you can never trust a waterfall, you know? There's usually something in it. But I guess not here. Well, maybe here. Hello, secret chest.
A pot? I'll take it with me, just in
pot.
case.
Not just any pot, but a bronze one. I don't remember what the bronze pot is for. Oh, come on. Damn it. Hold on, I know I can do this. Oh, shit. Damn. There. Okay. I don't know if I can make this. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try it. Just gonna wait till I have enough. There we go. I don't know if we can use these yet. Oh, we can. Okay. Perfect. I don't think there's anything else around here yet. I don't know if we can use that yet. I think we still need the bow. And I don't even think I can get over there anyway. Oh, this is where the lovely bear was. Let's see if we can take the bear on. It's kind of hard to fight the bear at first. Oh boy. Oh, come on. There we go. Almost. Nice. We don't really get anything for killing animals. And I like it how they purposely make the animals like... They almost look like they've been infected or something. So that it doesn't feel like we're just killing innocent forest animals. I don't think we can see the leers from here, can we? I can't remember how high it is for the fall damage, but this looks about the right height. I think if you fall though, and then you do the jump, you're good. Nope, that's too far away. Yeah, let's just run over here. Oh, that's how you sprint. Okay. Oh, but that's right. Sprinting uses stamina. Everything uses stamina.
I'm coming to help! Hold on!
There's the guy.
If only Lagiron was here. He's the famous hero, not me. What am I going to do? Put the fiends of Tartaros to sleep with storytelling?
I just forgot that you only regenerate up to the block that you lose. So once you lose the block, then you can't heal, which kind of sucks. We are very weak right now in the game, which is to be expected. did. We made it. I like how she just instinctively knows to put her hands in there. Coins for
A
Charon.
strange coin, bearing Charon's mark.
Oh,
Typhon
Charon.
stole those too?
I thought it was Charon.
Charon was saving up for a bridge!
Charon. I think that's the first CH word I've ever seen that doesn't actually sound like I guess because it's Greek, maybe? Is that everything here? I think so. Mainly. Yeah, it looks about to be everything. Alright, let's keep going. No, wait, hold on. Ambrose. Ambrosia. Oh, these chickens. I hate these chickens. These chickens are annoying. They don't look like they would be, but they are. Come on, get my start. Is there anything else around here? We're gonna spend a lot of time doing this. Chickadee check, check, chickadee check, check, chickadee chicken. Oh, there's something there. Okay. Oh, so many chickens. If you dodge like at the last minute, it freezes time. It's pretty cool. Very helpful too. So there's a chest over here. Oh, there's probably some kind of puzzle we need to solve. Uh-oh.
A Gorgon? They're real. What's that glimmering? Maybe if I sneak up on it.
Yes, let's sneak up on it. Oh, dang, he got me. Well, somehow it didn't hurt. Oh, nice. I forgot what these do.
These bracers. I've seen them in drawings. They can't be.
Ah, but they were. Heracles, mightiest of mortals, slayer of beasts, defied Hera and accomplished the impossible wearing those bracers. And now, they belong to Phoenix.
Through dumb luck.
Oh, now we are chasing him. I thought he was, I
Stop!
thought he got taken away.
Over here! Fight someone who's armed instead!
I like how they were just like, yeah, whatever. Oh, he's at the giant turtle.
So,
mountain place.
Phoenix, after boldly besting the Gorgon that ambushed Heracles.
What are you doing there? That thing with your voice?
Heracles?
Yeah, that.
That is how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Seems like a lot of work, but it's your funeral.
Except I can't die.
Don't remind me.
Okay, now we can pick things up. We just gotta remember how to do it. Okay, there we go. It's like that. Alright, there's a puzzle
By the
here.
gods! I feel like I could lift a mountain.
I say puzzle, but it's not.
Only those
puzzle.
bracers could move this one.
Hades alive!
There's
You two,
another one.
get a room!
There's another goat somewhere. And there's ambrosia in there. Up, 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 up. Come on, get in there. There's the other goat. We put it here. And the chest unlocks. Nice. Mane of Pride. There's going to be a lot of things like that in this game where you're kind of just like going around and hunting for different, I guess, outfits. Is there another one close by? There's a couple of them close by. Now we can pick up rocks. Tutorial Island is pretty much going to give us pretty much all the starter powers and god things. Okay, looks like there is... Ooh, oh. That guy is kind of hard. Gotta see if it's even worth trying to fight him right now. I think we could probably take him. He's difficult, but not like impossibly difficult. Oh shit. Okay, he noticed me. There's no point in hiding. Come on, I just couldn't die. Come on, I just gotta get him stunned. What? Kill him for sure.
Now I know how Theseus felt.
Now we just gotta put heavy stuff on this to unlock it. Need some more heavy stuff.
What?
More heavy stuff. Easy peasy. Nice. And I think the different gear also gives you different stats, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, there is another one over there. There's something over there. Let me go ahead and use my sight here. Make sure I have everything that's in front of me. That one's a little farther away than in front of me, but fine. Might as well. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the turtle. Gotta be careful with where you choose to get there. Oh. Okay, let's try to go to the front. Turtle Mountain Hill. Oh, golden amber. Has it already told us what golden amber's for? I don't think it has. Where is the... Oh, it's at the bottom of this place? Okay. Damn.
I'm coming! How do I get
don't know how to
in?
get in there. Oh, that's right. It's over here. Just needs one there.
If he fell into that vault, I'll save you! I promise!
If he fell into that vault, I'll save you.
So let me get this straight. Instead of heating up the Temple of Apollo to speak with the Oracle, Phoenix is hightailing it after this stranger?
Phoenix, truly a good person, sought to help the mysterious stranger. But she never lost sight of the fact that she was getting ever closer to the Temple of Apollo, and the solution to the terrible curse inflicted upon her brother and fellow soldiers.
Oh yes. Remind me to erase my own faults with narration. Zeus, truly a good person, murdered his first wife by getting her to turn into a fly and then ate her.
Wait, that's what happened to Metis? I thought she was visiting her sister in Babylon. Oops.
That's hilarious. I look at how he just learned that too. He didn't even know that. Zeus was a pretty bad guy in the stories.
The mark of Ithaca.
I'm
Oh,
surprised
this he is.
Disney turned him into like a Disney hero. He really wasn't a hero. Nice, we got the bow now.
Wielding power requires more than deft footwork, little one. Let's see if you have control.
Who are you? Show yourself!
I don't know if we have it immediately, but there is a way to do... Oh, I guess we do. Where we can control the arrow. And at some point when we aim while we jump, it'll slow down time, but I guess not right now. Oh, I missed.
Two of the targets seemed easy enough to hit, but the third would require the focus of a master archer.
Forget it! Kids today play seashells. They skip rocks, stare at the wall. You know, they're hyperactive.
This from the god who thinks a week constitutes a long-term relationship.
Keep that steady hand, little one, and you might just survive.
Oh, how do you open this one? There we go. There's also secrets inside of these chambers. There are these holes in the ground. whatever these are called, these challenges, dungeons. And I think until you complete them all, the hole itself doesn't actually close. Easy. The dungeons get progressively much harder. I think there's one dungeon in this game that I just couldn't make.
Armed with the agility of Achilles, the speed of Atalanta, the wits of Odysseus, and the strength of Heracles, Phoenix was ready to face whatever the future had in store.
That's it? That's all she has going for her? Pfft! Good luck.
Zeus is a hater, bro. I'm looking now, there's a winged monster.
I'm nearly at the Oracle.
The desire to save her comrades and brother hardened Phoenix's resolve.
Ah, too easy.
There's something down there.
Come on, get on. Alright, is that it? Everything here? I think it is. Well, no, there's one. Oh, that's far away. That one's far away. That one's kind of close. That one's kind of close too. Let's go forwards and then backwards, because I think we're gonna have to come back backwards anyway. We might as well go ahead and go to the temple. I think headshots in this game do help too, so. Hey, what's up? Michael. Come here. Alright. Oh, here's one of the Lears. Boom, beam, boom. Okay, I think I can remember that. Boom, beam, boom. Boom, beam, boom. Where is the giant Lear? Oh, it's... Oh, man. Look how far away that is. Okay, let's go ahead and just go to the temple.
Phoenix saw the minions of Typhon had cornered the stranger, leaving no escape. This would be her greatest battle yet.
Luckily, you can still sneak up on him.
I hope the stranger dies.
How did I get hit? The axe is so unwieldy. Out of here.
It's over! You can come out!
No thanks! I'm good!
There's nothing to worry about. If I had wanted to hurt you, I could just as easily come and stab you back there.
True that. So, I'm going to go.
Phoenix.
Unique name. Appreciate the assistance, Phoenix. Nice bracelets.
Thanks. I'm on my way to the Temple of Apollo to see the Oracle.
Me too. Ha! It's right over there.
Oh, great. I can use all the help I can get. We should go to...
And he's gone.
Hey, where did you go? bracers! That rotten little thief! I saved you!
Dang, he just stole our Achilles' strength, I think. So now we have to do this without strength, is that right?
I know how you feel, kid. You do everything you can for them, and then they betray you.
Dang, yeah, we don't have the strength thing.
What's up with that? Who designed that entrance? A circus performer? A magician?
I don't know.
We have to
Aren't
jump down here
mortals
without it.
wonderful?
I guess so. Oh no, we can't. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta use the fire. Ba-dee-da-dum.
Step forward into the light. The mysteries I have to offer are as infinite as the grains of sand scattered across the floor. What is your question?
Oh, wise Oracle. How do I reverse the curse and turn everyone back from stone?
Wow. That's a real question. I don't know. It's a mystery.
I thought the oracles
Well,
were 3
then,
women.
how do I get my stolen bracers back?
Ah. Another mystery.
Yes, that's why I came to you, the Oracle.
Oh, yes. Well, circling that, I'm just the priest. The Oracle here turned to stone. But the smoke here is something else. Do you think sand is called sand because it's between the sea and the land?
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen a little guy with golden hair? No?
That's actually funny though. Sand is between
I'm
the
going to
sea
go.
and the land. I'm gonna have to use that one.
What's so funny?
You said the go twice, but you still haven't left.
My brother was turned to stone and I can't save him. The one person I tried to help robbed me. And all you can do is laugh.
Whoa! Those are all true. Are you an oracle?
This guy's just a troll.
On your way out, can you pick me up something? I'm starving!
Father of your line is not father of your kin. A mountain, crowned with flowing locks, is how you win. The monster shambles, hungry for immortal flaws. The true hero owns them all, stolen from the beast's jaws. With the winged herald's aid, go on the attack, and sooner than later, change them all back. A pearl in rough seas, forge fires lit, a wise child convinced, a feather's weight of wit. Eldest of Thetis, father overthrown, hero on high, it's time for you to come home.
Whoa. Now that was a prophecy.
What was? Isn't it weird how prophecy ends with I see? But in this case, I don't?
Stop! Thief!
You can have these bracelets back. You're going to need them where you're going. Come with me.
No.
Look, I'm sorry about stealing from you. It's just something I do. It's kind of a problem. So, we good?
Not even remotely.
I needed an offering for the Oracle. I thought you were a nobody, and I didn't like your face. But that's all behind us now. We have to go.
Didn't like my...
We don't have much time. He will be here soon.
Who?
I have just a ticket for you to make it to the mainland. Where are those wings?
These?
Now who's the thief? Don't look so smug. They won't fly yet anyway. You have to find the other piece.
What do you mean, fly?
Focus. After that, we need a jar stolen from Aeolus.
I think I have
It's
the
in
jar.
there?
I'll go begin the preparations. Meet me at the top of the observatory with the jar.
I don't understand.
You're in grave danger. Help me help you.
Okay, but about what you said earlier. And you're gone. Okay, well, gotta figure out how to get past that barrier.
Okay. Sorry, I'm typing something here. Okay. Let's continue. Now that we have this back again.
What?
Oh. Forgot I had to press the button. Whee.
The labyrinth
One-eyed
path before Phoenix seemed daunting, but the light of endless stars helped show the way.
That goes there. This one goes here. This one goes here. I also gotta look around to make sure. Okay.
Guess we now know where cargo goes to die.
Oops. Break that. Ah, damn. I forgot. You gotta like dodge that like super precise. I like it how they can hurt each other. You shot your friend. Ooh, you almost got him.
Little one, you made it farther than most. Don't worry. I'm on my way to greet you.
Oh, that's a healing thing. And there's the secret one. We can't throw this one though. Okay, yeah, but we can still jump. Can you double jump though? No, you can't. So, I have to put you here. And then, oh wait, actually, this isn't, yeah, I guess it does go there. And then now, to get to the secret, we have to very, very carefully. Nope, that wasn't very carefully, was it? I think you just lose health. Right? Yeah, you just lose one block at a time, which is, I guess, terrible. I thought I could make it, but I can't. Come on. Alright, there is a... I think I can just kind of jump it with the wings. I don't think I have to sprint. Okay. And one more. There we go. New gear. Helm of the New Olympian. Ooh, almost fell off right there. Oh, I have enough time? No, I don't. No, I just gotta wait. Oops. I didn't mean to break it. Iola's Jar. That's an interesting name. Iola. Biazula, Biazula, Biazula. Oh, wow, I almost fell off right there. Jesus. Easy peasy. I think now we gotta fight a boss.
As Phoenix traveled through the underworld, her thoughts turned toward her mother and father. Were they safe in Argos? Had they too been transformed? Phoenix
Ford,
couldn't help
a
but...
huge monster appears. It's ginormous, but Phoenix just laughed.
No! So you want to dance, huh?
Oh. Oh, it's perfect.
The adorable monster was ever so playful. Everything she had prayed for to take her mind off her worries. It was a gift from Olympus she would treasure forever, deep within her vulnerable yet ever-expanding heart.
Fine, have it your way. Just don't make me vomit.
Phoenix faced the monster, ready. The monster attacked.
Oh, I forgot to throw. Dang, I threw that one right over the shoulder, didn't His name is Mikros the Adorable. Take that, Mikros.
I'm nearly there, little one. We have so much to talk about.
Whoever or whatever you are, you don't scare me.
I think the one that's talking is Typhon? Typhus? Typhus? It's not Typhus, right? Typhon. Typhoon. Typharius. And now we have the jar. What does the jar do? I
When the
forgot.
thief said this was Aeolus's jar, I thought it would be a jar with the god of winds on it, not in it. This little thing can't contain the wind. That's impossible.
Okay. I guess that isn't a superpower. I don't know. I don't remember what it does. Bushes are good for other things too, but crouching marks. Okay. All right. Very nice. Okay, we're pretty far into this video. We're gonna probably call it a game here in a second. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and call it a game here. That's a good place to end it. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and save here. Nope, not load. We're gonna save. Create a new save. And we're gonna go ahead and call it a video. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching through the first part of my Immortals Phoenix The Rising playthrough. Hopefully we'll get some more done more quickly, is that a word? Quicker in the next video as we finish up and wrap up the tutorial island so we can start getting into the main quests and hopefully getting through things faster. But thank you everybody for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace. All right, let's go ahead and quit the desktop. All right. Wow. Oh, my back hurts from laying down or from sitting down so long. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and end the live here. We got 3 hours in, not bad. I appreciate everybody who tuned in, who stayed around, stuck around, and gave all of those wonderful likes. I appreciate you immensely, and I will see you all next time. Chowsers.